Hi guys, welcome to my welcome to channel SAPLobby. Uh, hope you are well. So today I thought I will be give some overview on the data migration in SAP, like some points to which should be considered when you do the data migration in the SAP. So first, data migration generally help to transform the data from a legacy system. Legacy system might be a SAP or non-SAP system. From legacy system to target system. Target system either ECC or S/4HANA, where you want to do your implementation. Okay, and to which system you want to transfer the data. So what in with this data migration process, it can be help to improve the business efficiency, and also it maintain the data quality and consistency, because it will be go through some kind of process steps. We'll discuss later on that. So please try to try to see this video till the end, so that you can understand the points I want to highlight in this video. So this data migration tool help to improve the business efficiency, and also it will help to maintain the data quality and consistency, and it can also help to risk of any data loss, so that there will be no because data is something is the crucial part for business. So if data is correct, the master data is correct in the SAP, then its business process will also flow smoothly. If any kind of consistency or any kind of issue in the data migration, then it will impact to the business process. So always in as a in implementation, a rollout, we should give the importance to the data migration. Okay, so now let's move to the next point. So when we do the data migration, we should consider some aspect, like we should identify the source of data, from which system or you are going to extract the data. So whether that it's SAP or any other non-SAP tool. Okay, so that need to be identified. Another, like which data objects in scope, like once you understood the business process, what you are going to uh, design the process, based on that you need to identify what are the data objects will be in the scope for this data migration. Then volume of data, so how much data, because based on that volume you will do the plan for further action. Okay, so these key aspects we need to consider first when you do the data migration. Okay, then next, like some steps are there generally we need to follow in the data migration. First, like extraction, then cleansing, then once cleansing, that will be, you will put in the predefined template, then that need to be validated by your business and also by you. Once it will be validation and confirmed, then it will be ready for upload. Okay, so in now we'll talk about one by one steps. Okay, first about the extraction. When you do the extraction of data, some points to be considered. First one is volume of data. Like suppose you have the more entries in for an object, then you have to think of, like you have to think how do we extract. So based on volume of data, you will think of how to extract the data, or where your repository, if you have you need to maintain the some kind of repository. So then also, based on that you can estimate the effort when you go for cleansing and validation, those part. So based on your volume data, the next effort will be considered. How much time it will require for cleansing, how much time will require for validation, because business also need, if you have the huge volume of data, then business also need time. So based on that, your that will impact your timeline. So you can decide how much effort is required and how much time you need to complete the cleansing of that data and validation of that data. Okay, so accordingly it will be impact your timeline of your data migration process. Okay, so first point, that should be the volume of data and what are the data objects, because sometimes some data objects are complex, there are some much dependency are there. Okay, so like some dependency might be some in on configuration of other and configuration or other master data like this, or like integrated with other module or other areas. Okay, so these points need to be considered when you are giving the data migration plan or timeline. So all those points need to be considered. Okay, then like source system is either SAP or non SAP system. Okay, so based on that you will think what will be mechanism we should follow to extract the data. Like there, suppose you are doing the data migration from an old SAP system to the S4 HANA or something. So in old system, if there are some reports and your that report can be help to extract the whole volume of data, then that will be easy. So if you don't have access, even you can ask business people, they can extract and they can give you. So that you can in that way that will be easy. So there are, based on your source system, based on your volume of data, you will have to plan the mechanism to extract the data. Okay, if it is a non SAP tool, you don't have access, then you can plan how to get the data. So that planning or mechanism can decide based on that volume of data and source system. Okay, so this is the extraction. And here also, like based on volume data, you will think of repository, where to repository. There's some where you can store and where you can access, and other business people can also access. So those point also should be considered during extraction. Okay, then after extraction there is cleansing. So cleansing is most crucial steps in the data migration. So here, before you start cleansing, you should understand the to be business process, because when you are going to the new design, you are doing the new design of their business process. Okay, so there might be case some old data might not be required. Okay, so in that case you have to remove that unwanted data. Okay, like suppose if you take example of bill of material. So suppose you in old system they were using some material which are the in-house produced, but in new system, when they are moving new system, there their business process has changed. There they don't want to, they will not do the production of that material, those are absolute. And or they are now procuring from the outside, they will start procuring. So in that case you have to remove that bill of material. Okay, so these are the one of the factor. So similarly, everything in, suppose if you took the production master data, rate routing, work center, so there might be some cases, there might be something, some data might be absolute. So where we don't need those data, so that case we have to remove that unwanted data. Okay. Next is parameter. Like in a BOM, your routing, if you take example of BOM or rate routing or some production master data, there are different parameters. Like suppose in BOM, in old system they were using some short string or like production store location in the bill of material, but in the as per old new design they are not going to use the production store location in the BOM, or they will not use the short string. So in this case, like you have to identify which parameters are going to change or which need to be replaced or removed. Those parameters need to be identified. Some parameters like we need to validate, like some parameter I as I mentioned, like suppose unit of measurement. In suppose in bill of material you have component quantity and unit of measurements are there. So you need to check, suppose all these unit measurement are there in the extraction file, whether those unit measurements are in new system or not. Okay. Or and also like whether in that unit of measurement it's different from the your base unit of measurement, whether that conversion is maintained in the metal master or not. So those are the dependency. When you are doing the cleansing, you need to check the parameters and dependencies, so integration with other areas, so those need to be take care. Okay. Else it will be quite difficult, like to get the clear and crispy master data. Okay. And quantity also, like quantity might be changed in the your news process. So those can be, when business people be validate, they can confirm whether no this is quantity changed, or like some material, suppose in in bill of material some metal are like cost relevancy, but going forward that will not be the cost relevancy. So those need to be changed. And like if you take example of work center in the production master data, suppose activity type what is being used in the source system or extraction file, that might not be there in the new system. Okay. So these parameters need to be checked or correct as per the target business process. Okay. So these cleansing steps and process, as I explained earlier, based on your volume of data, you can define whether that will be take how much time, how much effort, what will be timeline. So based on your timeline, it might be impact your project timeline also. Okay. So during giving the effort for the data migration, we should always consider the volume of data and the how complex data complexity also. Okay. So once this cleansing is completed, then after cleansing, next once you do the cleansing, you define like what are the parameters are required for the new business process. Based on that parameter, you can prepare the template. Okay. Like so whether there might be the, if there are predefined template, okay, if else you need to prepare your own template based on what are the parameters required. So once you prepare the put all this cleansed data in the template, then you can do your internal validation, then you can ask business for validation. Okay. Once this data is validated and confirmed, then you can now you will ready for upload. Okay. So in SAP there are either you can space and data, in ECC we have the LSMW, even S4 HANA also we have the LSMW. Else if you have huge data and in S4 HANA, there is one more tool is LTMC. Okay, so there you that those step tools or any kind of if you have any BAPI program that is developed, so that can be used to upload that data migration. Okay, so here in LSMW, so based on your template, so in this, so here based on your template, you can maintain the fields, what are the fields are required. Okay, so here either in LSMW you can do with recording or BAPI you can use, but these are the fields that you can compare with your template whether those fields are there or not. So if uh, uh, accordingly you can run the LS1W, or it can be used to upload the uh, upload your data. Okay, so hope I gave you some kind of input for that will be useful for your data migration. If you have any further query, please let know your comment in the comment box, so that I will try to give more and more information on this. Okay, so thank you for watching this video.